So first and foremost, I want to say, Call Alal Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, double honors to the apostles of GMS, and peace and love to the Akim doing the work in sincerity and in truth. So everyone must have heard about what's going on in the EU right now, and a lot of people don't know the implications that this might have on the global world economy, right? But the Bible states clearly what's going to happen, and it can only get worse from this point forward, man. You see? But before I relate the scriptures to what's happening, let me first clarify the reasons for the EU. Why did they bring about the EU, right? And then what's meant by Brexit, right? Or Brexit, right? Because EU emerged out of basically a trade alliances, man, right? So now a lot of people don't know that the EU was founded on November the 1st, 1993, which was approximately about like 13 years ago, yo. Right? So it's not a exorbitantly long period of time. You understand? So whatever conflicts the EU used to have prior to 1993, some tensions must have still been present, and some disagreement must have still been present. So now, because prior to 1993, during World War I, European countries was in conflict against each other, man. You see? But because these conflicts basically cause a decline in growth and development of the continent, right? And it really it basically hurt the growth and development of the continent. The countries them came together and basically said, yo, let us have an integration. They started to have dialogue about an integration, starting with the coal and steel industries, which further expanded to consultation for a broader set of trade rules, right? So prior to this integration, say for instance, if France wanted to ship a car to Britain, right, they would have to pay a tariff, which is that a tariff is a tax imposed on imported goods and services. And likewise, if a person wanted to migrate to a next country within Europe, they would have to go through a long, tedious process because each country within the region had its own trade, immigration, and economic policies. So because of all of these indifferences, it made navigation of rules more inefficient, right? And growth and development was a lot more inefficient. So essentially, the European Union emerged from a question of what if each country had the same rules, and what if all the barriers came down. So it basically came to a consensus agreement of what's good for the what's the best thing to do for the greater good of the continent, man. And for the development and growth of the country. But as with all alliances, right, you have both good and bad outcomes, because one of the reasons that's the reason why they formed the EU in first place, to get better trading agreements. But one of the reasons right now, which will come into the Brexit, which is Britain exiting the European Union, right, is because whatever bad implications happen on the global economy, it basically impact the EU as an whole, right? Because for example, the 2008 financial crisis, it had to cause the UK or certain wealthier states within the European Union to bail out less wealthy countries you see, which is one of the influential cause of why Britain don't want to be yoked together with the EU. You see? Plus, statistics show that since the time of the EU formation, the UK foreign-born population doubled because of huge influxes of immigrants seeking jobs, which wasn't an idea that rested well with British citizens, right? So now, based upon all of that clarification, let us see what the scripture says about all of this, man. Right? This is Matthew chapter 12, verse 25. And Yahushua knew their thoughts and said unto them, every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation, and every city or house divided against itself shall not stand. You see? So this is the white man kingdom, man. This is Esau kingdom, and it's clear that there is division against within his kingdom, man. Right? Because these are things that must come to pass, and it's gonna get worse, yo. It's gonna get worse. Right? Let me get the next one. I don't want to make this video long. Just want to keep it short and spicy. Alright? So this is Matthew 24 and 7. For nation shall rise against nation. So whatever happened in World War I, World War II is the same thing that coming down the pipeline leading up to World War III, man. As in, because nothing is new under the sun. It's the same thing coming down the pipeline. As in, and these countries not going to be in agreement with each other. And it's on the show right now. Economic analysts basically predicting more countries leaving the EU. You see? Which is just hyping up the time for the coming of the end, man. Right? Heightening up the time for the coming of World War III. Right? Right? And there shall be famines and pestilence and earthquake in diverse places. And we have seen famines and pestilence. We have seen earthquake in diverse places, man. Because even right now, Venezuela feel the heat, man. The elites is running a trial run upon Venezuela. Right? Let me get our next scripture. This is 2nd Ezra 15. Slakia. And 5. Behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction. A lot of people don't know the damage that Britain leaving the EU can cause, yo. Right? What's going to be the result? Right? Economic analysts basically predicting the next great recession, man. So a lot of things coming on its way, man. Famine, death, destruction, all of these things coming, man. For wickedness had exceedingly populated the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled. So it's building up. The scripture say, let me get that. Don't want to really make this too long, but just for edification's sake. Alright? This is Ecclesiastes 8 and 11. Because sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily, therefore the heart of the sons of men is fully set in them to do evil. Right? Because whatever is happening right now, don't think it's because of coincidence, man. As in, the elites orchestrate these things. You understand? Them sit down and them meticulously orchestrate these things, man. And these things are rigged. And it's going to come down to an action solution, man. Order up care type of situation. Right? And it's getting closer to the time of the end, man. But we as the men of the Lord, speaking about GMS, men of GMS, Great Millstone, and other men in the truth, pushing this truth 100%. Right? Let me get this one. This is 2 Ezra 14:14. Let go from the immortal thoughts, cast away the burdens of men, put off now the weak nature. This is one of the reasons, men, why we're not supposed to be caught up in this world, caught up in the bullshit and the social media hypes of this world, man, and keep watching of what's coming ahead, yo. Right? And set aside the thoughts that are most heavy unto thee, because it's coming closer and closer the time of the coming of Yahushua and Mashiach, yo. Right? And ask thee to flee from these times. We have to flee from these times by getting deeper and deeper in the scriptures and keep a close eye on what's happening, yo. Even if it something great don't happen in the next 2 years, we have to keep watching, man. Right? And with that said, Shalom.